What's up, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. All right, in this video I wanted to show you guys an interesting indicator. It's a metric of Bitcoin price and circulating supply, and I think it does a pretty good job of marking the tops and bottoms. So we'll dive into that in this video. All right, let's check it out.
Trade Genius.
Guys, really quick plug. We got some time left on the current specials. We're actually doing a promo code WINTER. That's going to give you 45% off all non-bundled items in our shop. So if you got a particular piece of software or training you're looking for, you could use that. Really good deal. Otherwise, we got our bundles going here too. Again, 12 months on these. And look forward to seeing you guys in the room. We got a lot going on. Binary options, cryptos, stocks and ETFs. So lots going on every day and making money every day. All right, guys, let's dive into this chart that I'm talking about. So what we have here is the Bitcoin MV/RV ratio. So this is from Woo Bull Charts, Willy Woo. He does a really good job of finding different metrics kind of outside the box. So he provides some pretty nice charting packages on his site. So if you wanted to check that out, that's woobull.com. But anyway, on the Bitcoin MV/RV ratio, so this is what it is. It's market value to realized value ratio. And so what that means is market value is simply the price of Bitcoin where it traded last as a measure of market cap times the amount of coins that are circulating in supply. So currently Bitcoin trading at, what are we at? 3440 times the circulating supply gives you the market cap. All right, so what the MV/RV ratio does is it's going to take what they call the realized value as opposed to the market value, right? So market value is market cap, price of Bitcoin times the circulating supply. Realized value, what that does is that takes the last, it looks at the transactions. So if Bitcoin moved, let's say a couple months ago at a certain price, that is what they assign the value to that Bitcoin. So it's a much more intelligent way of calculating the network value. Okay. So what that does is that gives you a ratio. They take that measurement, they divide it by the market cap, and they get you the MV/RV ratio. So they're measuring the last time a Bitcoin moved, what was the price of Bitcoin at the point where that Bitcoin moved. Okay, so much more granular in analysis on that thing. So MV/RV ratio. Now, if you look where we've had previous bottoms from our big tops, so we're looking at big tops that pulled back and where the MV/RV ratio ultimately bottomed out, and we had a big bottom. So we had a big run up and then a big pullback here back in November 2011, right? And that gave us ultimately a couple of readings. One was 0.418, and actually 0.418, and then another one at 0.45. And the 0.45 actually was kind of a bullish divergence on the actual low at November 2011. Okay, so point being though is, you're getting readings sub 0.5 right on that low, and this took about a month to settle out and then ultimately start making higher highs and put that bottom in. Here we have a low of 0.56. Okay, that put in the bottom back in January 2015. Ended the long bear market from the first blow off top that we had, where we cracked over $1,000, largely on the China FOMO hype that happened there. All right, and that bottomed out. So that gave us a reading of 0.56. Fast forward to today, where we're in a similar market structure of this bear market. We topped off at 2018, and here are at 2019. And wondering if we're going to see a similar length of time for the bear market. This one went from basically the end of 2013, so start of 2014, and extended into so a little over a year, basically, on that bear market. And we're at a similar juncture here. The 2019 reading we have is 0.7. So a couple of things of note. One is, each one of these lows has incremented a little higher. So Is this the low? Did we see the lows recently at near 3,000, or are we going to test these areas here lower, and we're going to see, you know, sub 3,000 before a low is put in? And a lot of people are clamoring for sub 3,000 prices. So, you know, will the herd be right, or does this thing do what most people probably aren't thinking of and put in the bottom here and then start moving up? Interesting thing to note on the 2015 and 2019 areas, we're both kind of in that same zone where we're approaching the halvening. And I know we've been talking about that a lot, but halvening is a very powerful fiscal force in the price of Bitcoin. So anyway, interesting to note, guys, where this ratio is as it relates to Bitcoin market cycles. And right now we're getting toward that spot where historically this ratio has signaled a long-term bottom for various market cycles in Bitcoin. The time it took to go from 0.7 to the ultimate bottom wasn't very much, guys. We're talking a couple of months. So, you know, this would indicate if we're not at the bottom, we're within 1 to 2 months of a bottom in that zone. And that would correlate into that time where we start heading into that period ahead of a Bitcoin halvening. So, anytime you accumulate long-term HODL positions where this ratio gets down to these levels, as you can see, the returns have been really, really, really good. So keep that in mind, guys. But I thought this was an interesting chart. Good work by Willy Woo and the guys over Murad Mahmudov and David Puel, where they did the ratio based off the realized cap from the work of Nick Carter and Antoine Le Calvez. So hats off to those guys for the work on this. Appreciate that. I think it's an excellent tool and puts things into perspective. Also on the top side, guys, you'll look at the ratio is 4.2 on that top, 5 on that top. And we had a reading of 4.5 on that top and 4.5. Actually, we got a little higher reading here, about 5.9 on that top. So when you start seeing 4.5s and 5s on this ratio, that's probably a sign that the top is nigh. So again, excellent chart. Check that out, charts.woobull.com. I think it's an excellent tool to see the macro picture. You wouldn't look at this you know, every day, but this would be like a kind of monthly thing to check in and see where we're at. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.
Trade Genius.